Some say we are born into the wrong world, and for Sable Ward, that always felt true. She never believed she belonged to her smiling mother or her golf-loving father. Their perfect suburban world was all polished surfaces and hollow laughs, while Sable felt drawn to what lurked beneath, to the shadows that others pretended didn't exist. From an early age, she was different. While other children played with dolls and ponies, Sable roamed the dirt lots of Greenville, fighting with clods of earth, riding her bike through forgotten back alleys and marveling at the silent grace of lizards and bugs. Halloween was her favorite time of the year, the one night where her dark fascinations didn't feel out of place. No one in town understood her. No one except Mikaela Reid. The two became inseparable after meeting in 3rd grade. Mikaela stood by her side when Sable dyed her hair purple in 8th grade, when her mother raged and her father didn't even notice. Mikaela was there when she got her ears pierced and chose an occult tattoo hidden where her parents would never see. The two of them were kindred spirits. But where Mikaela only flirted with the shadows, Sable fully embraced them. The darkness wasn't a phase, it was who she was. While some called her a goth, Sable wasn't interested in labels. She devoured horror movies, reveling in the adrenaline of fear, the blood and the terror that so many avoided. She believed that beneath every perfect suburban smile lurked the truth, that death waited for all of us, and no one would escape its reach. With Mikaela's help, Sable found work at Moonstone, the one place in Greenville that would take someone like her. Between shifts, she attended classes at the local college and ran a radio show from her attic, all things wicked this night. Through static-filled broadcasts, she spoke of urban legends, occult practices, and the dark underbelly of the world. Mikaela would often join her for heated debates about the horror films they caught at Greenville's old theater. Mikaela liked her horror with a touch of humor. Sable, on the other hand, wanted her horror raw, real. She craved the stories that left your heart pounding long after the credits rolled. Her inspiration often came from late-night walks through the town's cemetery. Among the stone angels and weathered graves of early settlers, she felt a connection to those who had fled persecution, to the shadows that never left this place. On her show, she spoke of the town's history, of strange disappearances and sightings that hinted at something unnatural beneath Greenville's surface. Callers began to share their theories. One claimed the town sat atop a fracture, an overlap between worlds. Another whispered of ancient cults and forgotten demons. One spoke of an elder god feasting on pain and fear, and another told of the unknown, a creature that consumed anyone who dared imagine it. It all seemed like harmless storytelling, until the night the horror became real. At Moonstone's annual Halloween festival, Sable had dared Mikaela to tell a story about the unknown, to make the audience feel true fear, to make them believe that something inhuman could appear before them. Mikaela laughed off the challenge. She had her own tale to tell that night, something about another dimension, another place. But as the night deepened, a black fog swept through the festival. It rose from nowhere, curling and twisting like something alive. And when it cleared, Mikaela was gone. Guilt sank its claws into Sable. She was convinced she had pushed her best friend into doom, that her words had summoned something terrible. But then she realized Mikaela's story hadn't been about the unknown at all. It was about a different dimension, a realm filled with horrors beyond imagination. This was not the unknown. Driven by the need to find Mikaela, Sable began to investigate the strange vanishings around Greenville. The trail led her back to the theater, where most of the disappearances had occurred. Digging into the history of the building, she uncovered a grim past. The theater stood on the ashes of an old one-room schoolhouse, burned to the ground in the 1920s, with all its children trapped inside. The deeper she looked, the darker the stories became. Two teenage brothers, Elias and Alan, had recently vanished there. Their younger sister Ellen had been found days later, driven mad, ripping out her own eyes to unsee what she had witnessed. Pretending to be a relative, Sable tracked Ellen down in the asylum. The broken girl whispered of a hidden door in the theater's basement, of a passage that led to another place, a dark place, a cold place, an evil place. "Stay away," Ellen begged, but Sable's mind was set. She hitched a ride to the theater and found the old door behind the movie screen. With a crowbar, she pried it open, stepping down into the stale air of the cellar. The fluorescent lights flickered weakly, revealing broken seats and forgotten posters. Her breath caught as she found a second door, hidden behind a tattered Frankenstein poster. Pushing it open, she saw a spiral staircase descending into darkness. With only a penlight, she made her way down, step by step, minute after minute. Then she saw it, a black fog rising from below, the same fog that had swallowed Mikaela. For a moment, Sable considered turning back. She could still run, still return to the world she knew. But then she thought of Mikaela, trapped somewhere in that endless horror, and her fear hardened into resolve. If her best friend was lost in the dark, then Sable Ward would follow. She took a deep breath and stepped into the mist. Enter the portal, remain in the fog.